Hi everybody, this is Phillip Guan, CPA. Welcome to the classes. I'll teach you how to use a direct tax software to do the business tax return. And today, we first talk to you how to do a tax return in individual, 1040. And then we talk to you how to do the tax return for the business tax return. The major three kind of the business tax return will be C corporation, the C like cat. And class 11 is talk about C corporation. And the tax return is 1120. I need to file tax return for the 1120 and pay 21% in taxes for to IRS. And then if you're in a different state, like for example, state of California, the C corporation tax is 8.85, so close to 9, right? So add together will be almost 30%. And then a dividend going to the shareholder, we need to pay income tax. That's why called double taxation. So you need to pay more taxes in a C corporation situation. Or you say you pay the most taxes in a C corporation. So on the opposite, there's the most tax advantage way to set up the business. You still have a limit liability, but yet you will legally pay less taxes. And how about this? You set up a corporation and you file a tax return, and in a corporation level, you do not need to pay Uncle Sam a dime. And a lot of people say, is it true? Is it legal? Yes, it is true and it's legal. That's what we're going to talk to you today. Okay, I'm going to share with you. It's called S corporation. S like Sam. So S corporation is one kind of the corporation that you may need to make an election. When you set it up as a corporation from, let's say, in 50 states, in any other state, you can set it up. A corporation. A corporation will come out as a C corporation as default. You are to choose S corporation election by file the form 2553. Now, that form need to be filed within the first 75 days of the year, which is March 15 if you are a calendar year. If you over that due date, you need to file, you still need to file the form, but you need to explain it why you are late. And you also on the top of the form need to have a special language by the IRS. And then you fill it out and sign it and fax it and or mail it. The IRS is going to take time to process it. Then they'll mail you a letter called S corporation acceptance letter. And that letter, it tells you this corporation, the IRS get you to on such a day, what month, what day, and what year to start as of the first day of S corporation. And you're going to put those days in the corporation, S corporation tax return. Now, what if you should keep that letter, and the letter is very important. But if in case you lose it, the officer with the CEO, CFO, secretary of a company, or the CPA with the power of attorney from the client, you can request a copy from the IRS, and they will mail you a letters. So now, I'm going to share with you how that S corporation tax return will be done. Well, someone like me with a BS degree in accounting, which is normal 4 years, the master degree in taxation normally take 2 years full time. I happen to take the speed up process program, is 9-month program. So then the normal 6 years of education, and then I get out for my first job as an accountant for Anderson. So it was 2000. So now it's 2024. That's 24 years. So 24 years of working experience plus 6 years of study. That's 30 years of study and working in the CPA, in accounting business. So I try to transfer that 30 years is knowledge and experience to you in short 30 to 40 minutes. It's impossible I get all of them to you, but I try my best to give you what is the most important and easy and to get it. So that way, when people talk about the S corporation, they say, oh, that's about it. And I know it. I mean, and then that is what my point would like to get it to you. Now, the tax software, we are going to use it. It's called Dre Tax Software. Now, I just finished the Mandarin, Chinese Mandarin version. So therefore, you will have a finished product that S corporation look like this. This is the S corporation election day. That's what I was mentioned. And this is the corporation incorporate day. Now, this S corporation happened to be set up as an S corporation on the very first day of this incorporate day. And some corporation does not. So you will see, so they are incorporated. Some of the corporation, they will earlier and the S corporation days later. This means at first there was a C corporation and then later they figure out S corporation is a better way to do business. And then they convert. Now, as you can see in here, so go to data entry, go to general. Anything blue out is where need to be inputted. Okay, so number one, that's the EIA number. Obviously, most of the EIA doesn't start with this. Those are all makeup number. None of the piece of information in here are real client information. We take our client information, very confidential. So tab. Now the name is Sanson S Corporation. That's so they have a do business, CPA. Now the corporation article is set up with Secretary of State. The DBA actually you apply with each and every county. You also need to publish in the newspaper, and normally need to fill form and pay fee. That's the address. Now, the tax return is filed after fact. So therefore, those things have been done. For example, in the coming 2025, March 15 is the due date for 2024 calendar year corporation. You can file extension with the 6 month. So now, tab. Let's say, assuming, I'm just making up number. Now, this code is based on what kind of business they are, and they give it to different kind of business. Now, if this is your first year client, how can you find it? You, in a keyboard in the far left corner, you hold two hands, the shift and control. You hold the shift and control, and then you put S like Sam, like this. You put wholesale, now it pops. When you do search, you don't have to put in a lot of work. You just put some keyword. That's how it works. Okay, and then we just tie in whatever it is. If this is your old client, those information there. If this is the client that you pick it up as a new client, you will need a copy of the last year tax return. From there, you get the information. Now, this is not the first year. And this, none of them apply. And there are two shareholder distribution. Shareholder is associate. This is not applying. They choose cash basis. So what is cash basis? What is accrual basis? Cash basis is you do business and you collect the money on your hand. You only count those as a revenue as you collect the money on your hand. Where accrual basis, if you do the business, even though your money is not in your hand, it's your revenue. So in here, accrued basis is more difficult to keep track. Cash basis is easier. Is the email? This is the state. If they're not calendar, you're going to use that. So let's say, for example, the invoice number, how much we charge, and this is our internal who do this tax return. Far right corner. Oh, far right bottom, right here. And this is the last year, which is 2023, their information. And this is 24 information. And this is their home, this is their business address. And they have file tax form 940, 941 for the payroll. They do it quarterly. This must be filled out. That is confirm the identity of this corporation for e-filing purpose. You don't fill this one out, or the information from here, it doesn't match, the e-file doesn't go through. Okay. So we're done with this. And then go to, well, since we're here, we go to far right corner. We put each and every company of different, right? And you put the PIN. So you have to input the PIN in here. For the individual, you does not need to. For the business, you does need to. You put a date, you put the check, and whatever their position they are. Some of them they are director, some of them the CEO, CFO, secretary, whatever they are. Shareholder is not title. Director or CEO, CFOs, or secretary, those are the titles. You also need to should put the social in here. Let's say, for example, if this, assuming, this doesn't make up my number. And you need to come here to choose this, this is a photo, and this is a state. Normally should be like this. But this time, the trade tax software, the state tax return is not done development yet. So the state tax return is not ready to use, basically. So we do this. The income, we got this. They also have interest. They have state refund as the income and cash basis. In accrued basis, not necessary. Now, deduction from the top to the bottom, start from letter A, first letter. You see B, C, and D, so far, so on. And then you go to the second, go to the right side, also from top side. So now, in here, accounting, no, inside advertising, they do a lot of different kind of advertising. It's just separate. And then you close it. In here, that is the bank charges, cell phone. They don't have any other thing in here. The independent contractor, they hire people, they need to issue 1099. Insurance for building and equipment, liability, workers' comp, general service, legal and professional service, marketing. Sometimes marketing and advertising, they are very close to each other. Make sure you don't double count it. The allocation of different places, and I was okay with that, as long as you don't double count it. Okay, this is 100% of meal, and then when you go to deductible, they will cut in 50%. This is 550. You input 100% number. This is the payment for themselves. This is the process. This is the printing. This is the rent. This is the repair. This is the pay to others. So at the end of the year, there's a W2 box 1 is 90, and they pay themselves 30, so therefore pay to others 60. Those IRS match what's inside the IRS system. So you matching those numbers. If you don't, you're going to get a notice, IRS notice. Software, supplies, telephone, travel, other expenses, you double click in here. All those names is already there. You just put a number into it. Now, we also have a payroll tax. Because you have a 90,000 payroll, there is 7.65% payroll tax. In fact, there's one more in here. Well, if state of California, there's a state taxes for different kinds of it, because we don't do a state. This is cost of goods sold. They have 18K to start with. They bought this. They use this label for the inventory. This is ending inventory. They use costs straightforward. Now them applying this no and no. This one. You need to answer those yes, no questions. But this example happened to be all no. Not all the cases like all no's. In here, K1, the first shareholder is a person, a social, first and last name, their home address, is a director of the company, is signed a tax return. Now, this is not 100%, this is 100 share. They only have total of 200 share. They're confused, but they should have been set up either 50 share or 500 shares, something like that. So that will make life easier. This is the person who is responsible to talk to the IRS on behalf of the company. They pay the W2 of 30K, basically. I think it was 30K. They're 50% shareholder, 15% share, with 100% of the time in charge of the book. So the second person, second shareholder, is not an individual. It is an estate. It's an estate. You choose estate in here. And this is the EIN of the estate. And this the last the thing. Page up, page down. Now, there's a balance sheet. At the end of the year, they have this much income. This is a tax exempt as security in here. There's account payable, stock. The return earning, you don't put it in here. You calculate it. And the calculation is going to get you make sure it's right or wrong. There's a distribution in here. They distribute this much. Now, after you get all this done, you view it, you will see they're all tied up together or not. Let's see. Now, you will tie up because I already do a training. So in M2, this beginning, equal to the balance sheet return earning beginning. This is the beginning of the year, the left side. Now, the ending is supposed to be equal to this. That should equal to the ending, 158,500. No, actually, it's not matching right now, isn't it? The 10,000 left. So in fact, if it's not the even number, I just go ahead to do a 10,000. You can change their number either way. They achieve the same thing. Now, this distribution is 10,000 less. That will bumps up the M2 ending will be 10,000 more. 168,500. Right there. So now the return earning beginning match. Balance sheet, balance. Also the M1. This line A, 256,680 equal to page 1. Or I change the number. Do you see it? It's match. They all tie up together. So this tax return, the income statement, the balance sheet, the M1, the M2 are all tied up. And the question have been answered. And now this is and everything is green chart market. Every single number. And also here we also check it. Here is also check it. We also need to go through we need to against the original to check it. So everything's good. This is what we put it in. So this is the cost of goods sold. Cost. And this is the K1. And this K1, as you can see, in 13. And in here, you don't have a self-employment tax, that column, because this is 1120S. It makes a major difference. It saved you, if 100,000 is already saved you 15.3, 15K. So now it's more than 100K, then more than, it's pretty good. And 2 partners. Any question you would like to ask me? You can, if you have question, you can ask only about this training. No question? I appreciate each and every one of you. And I'm going to stop sharing. Now, this will be the last classes for this cycle training, the total of 13 classes. First 10 are individual. The last 3 are business tax return. Well, just as I told you, I spent 4 years to study BS degree in accounting and 2 years in the master program, right? And then work on 24 years, get 30 years. So I try to get my best to get it to you, but still the knowledge and experience need to take time to accumulate it. It's what practice makes perfect. Here's what I encourage you. Have 2 computers, one computer have the Zoom, have the YouTube on, and you can search my YouTube training classes. You either choose this year or the year before. The year before is slower. This year is faster. Okay, whatever you prefer. You can also download your software so that way you can practice. Practice what makes perfect. Okay, so thank you very much, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great evening and also have a nice weekend.
Have a nice holiday. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much,
Thank
Philip.
You're welcome.
Happy holidays.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.